I have to open this? Like, what? I guess I just have to run. These things aren't stopping. Oh, hey guys.
Hey guys.
Yeah, I guess that was just it. Let me recharge.
But they stopped following you.
Yeah, they're like, we can't use elevators. We don't have clearance. So yeah, the whole thing is that it's like, it's all very, it's consistent and all that, and I like that about it. And also, I just like Captain America. I really do.
That's fair. And you really hated the first one, right?
I did not hate the first one.
Oh.
I think the first
one...
one...
Am I conflating your opinion of it with someone else, maybe?
Maybe. Well, here's my feelings on the first Avenger.
Because I loved the first Avenger, except for the ending, which is garbage.
The first act of their...
Sorry. Except for the ending before the last scene. The last scene's great.
But the whole lead up to that... Because here's the thing, right? The first act, I love so much. Because, like, I always worry when they're going to put a superhero I like on screen. And, like, how's this going to go? And they got it so right, where he's like, he's not the xenophobic, jingoistic ultimate Captain America, where that, like, kind of seeped into the public consciousness. No, he's just like a good dude.
Don't like bullies.
Yeah, it's great, and they like make little nods to him being an artist, and they have him being like awkward and kind of embarrassed. And,
should we?
You know what?
Should we call it? Or do you?
Let's do it. Look, this is the end, dude.
All
this
right.
is the ending. This is the finale right now.
Oh
what
shit!
We're talking about.
I'm gonna figure out how to get KOTOR 2 on my computer.
So, like, the first act, maybe 2 acts of Captain America the First Avenger are, like, maybe my favorite thing in the MCU. Like, it's really hard for me to find shit because I watched that shit so many times.
I think the montage of him kicking Nazi butt after he actually gets into the fight in an actual Captain America montage might be my favorite action scene in the MCU.
It's great, and then, like, they just kind of run out of stuff for him to do. It's just like, well, movie's over, so... And then, like, they just they forgot about the ending. And, they have, the post-credits is still, like, my favorite, or not the post-credits, the
I like everything up until immediately after Red Skull is defeated. I'm on board for the final assault on the base, for Cap's the only one who can jump from a car onto a jetliner. Yeah, sure, I'm on board with all of that. He's gonna solo all of that shit himself because he's Captain Goddamn America. Sure, totally.
Yeah.
And then he defeats Red Skull. Great. From the delivery of the... Which Chris Evans does great with a garbage plot.
Yeah.
But his delivery of the line... I gotta put her in the water!
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
That's anti-plot armor.
Yeah.
Why?
That's legit.
Because Captain America's origin story involves him being frozen, and we forgot to figure out how we were going to make that happen.
Does. Yeah. It's, yeah. I don't know. I like, movies that are about the characters' emotions. I like movies where people are sad sometimes, and people are, like, talking about the sad. That's why Spider-Man's my favorite. You know why? Because he's always fucking sad. Spider-Man's central emotion is sadness. Even though he's, like, such a jokester and such a talkative loudmouth, he's, like, just... There's a great fucking one-shot about, like, this kid who's got, like, full-body paralysis, and, like, he sees Spider-Man, and, like, Morbius the living vampire shows up to try to turn him into a vampire, because he's like, hey, you're paralyzed, want to be a vampire? It'll rule. And Spider-Man's like, don't go turn people into vampires. He kicks his ass, and then Spider-Man just kind of looks at him, and he's like, shit, I feel bad. And he, like, takes off his mask, and he's like, name's Peter Parker, Spider-Man, nice to meet you. And the kid is just like, and then I saw it there, that, like, I saw that look on his face, and he just had so much sadness. He was just carrying this huge weight, and he was letting me feel some of it, and I felt like I wasn't alone. And it's like, oh, Peter. So that's what I like. I like when characters are sad. Winter Soldier's a movie about people being fucking sad.
You like the Ultimate Edition of BVS better than...
in parts, yeah.
Edition, right?
Was
that because we saw...
I mean...
more of these characters and their feelings?
We got to see more of, like...
I still haven't seen Ultimate Edition, by the way.
Well, here's some stuff that's in it, in non-spoilery terms, I guess, but... we get to see more of, like, why Superman is pissed off, and, like, why Batman is also pissed off. And that, like, does help lend more dimensionality to the characters. Also, here we go, final battle. Ooh, it is super spinny.
100% more lightsaber than that.
Yeah. But, like, as much as it does lend weight to their characters, it makes it that much more frustrating And the movie just throws that away so that they can fight Doomsday. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. Oh, no. I'm dying.
This is the end.
I gotta put up some force resistance real quick, or else he's gonna keep shocking the shit out of me. Okay. Got some valor. And some speed. And some heals. Oh, man. I might have to do this a few times. Sorry, everybody. Okay. Resisted. Shit. How about that? Resisted. Shit. No,
I mean, he is the final boss,
he
right?
is the final boss. That does make sense. Okay, well, luckily I saved right there. So yeah, like, I think there was actually a Cracked article. I don't read Cracked that much these days, but someone linked me to it. And it's like, you don't answer the question, can ultimate good ever truly, or can ultimate power ever be truly good, with, we have to blow up this monster. Thank goodness we did it. Like, all of that work that gets done about Batman, just like, oh, then he's just kind of there being Hawkeye for a bit. He's just kind of like, I'm here too, I'm shooting shit, don't worry. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, like, Wonder Woman is there and she's great because, you know, she doesn't really have any of that going on. She just gets a rad theme and gets to use a sword. It's like, yeah.
Oh my god, is Wonder Woman out yet?
No, not yet. I mean, it might be by the time this is released, but probably not, right?
No.
But, like...
Is that fucking pumped for Wonder Woman?
Wonder Woman, you know... I don't even know why we needed Superman. I don't even know why we needed the spear. Wonder Woman seemed to have that shit under wraps.
She couldn't kill him.
I guess?
Like, she was fighting him okay. She was keeping even with him, but she couldn't put him down.
I guess, yeah. No.
I actually like that better than although the execution of Doomsday's design in Batman vs Superman is garbage. That he's just a fucking cave troll again.
Ninja Turtle.
More cave trolls.
New Ninja Turtle.
God
damn.
I like the resolution to him better than the original actual Doomsday, which I've always, you know, the death of Superman is often the death and rebirth of Superman is also often held up as like a really bad thing to happen to comics as a genre. But I think the Doomsday story itself is kind of shitty, because, like, Doomsday is just this ultimate opponent who, like, everyone fights, and even everyone all teamed up together can't defeat him, and Superman comes, and Superman fucking wrecks his shit, and Superman, you know, can't beat him, and what's the solution to this? Superman needs to punch him so hard they both die.
Yeah.
That's the resolution to that plot arc is.
That goes.
No. Sorry, guys. I'll just punch him harder.
Just be so good.
Okay. It's done now. I punched him so hard we both died.
Yeah.
I solved this problem.
Punched him really good, didn't I? You sure did, Clark.
And I take some issue with that. And at least in Batman vs. Superman, it's not that.
Right.
Punching him really hard over and over again. You're absolutely right. Wonder Woman's got that locked down. Superman could go home if he wants. If the answer to this problem is just punching more, Wonder Woman's got that shit, but it's not. It's
we gotta stab him with the thing.
We gotta fling the spear into him.
God damn.
Which Wonder Woman also could have done if she weren't currently holding Doomsday still.
Yeah. Or if Superman had, you know, Superman could have also just thrown it. A million different, but whatever.
Well, what if Doomsday had caught it or deflected it?
It's kryptonite. He'd still die.
Well, I think he needed to be stabbed.
I don't know. Kryptonite seems to be, like, okay in proximity.
Like, I feel like
how many times am I gonna die in this guy?
If Superman could pick it up and fly into Doomsday with it, then Doomsday, much larger than Superman, could probably have flung it away from himself and gone on to cause more havoc.
Yeah, but like, if Wonder Woman has him all locked down and Superman just throws it into his chest, like, I don't know.
You still had enough arm movement to stab Superman.
I thought he just, like, grew a thing at him.
I only saw this movie once.
Yeah.
You have actually seen this movie more times than I have.
He, like,
amazingly.
grows a spike into him or some bullshit.
Anyway.
Anyway,
The one criticism that I will 100% accept of the end of Batman versus Superman is how it should have ended.
Oh, yeah.
Which is, Batman should have stabbed Doomsday.
Yeah.
I am on board with that so hard. He's an acrobat! He could have dodged whatever spiky thing Doomsday threw at him.
Yeah. Okay, so he's gonna lightning me, and I got force resistance up now.
I like that ending. It works for me. I kind of wish they could have, waited a movie or two to tell us, don't worry about it, Superman's not dead, but, alright, it had to be right the fuck then.
I mean, like, the thing is that, Batman fighting Superman is its own story, and Doomsday is also its own story. Like, for better or for worse.
Doomsday is its own story, but I don't think it's a good story, and I don't mind it being squished in with someone else's.
But I do when it squishes another good story that I like.
Okay.
Like,
that's legitimate.
Maybe in Justice League Part 2 or the fuck, Superman's gonna come back and be like, hey, Batman, stop targeting the poor. I still remember that, and I'm still pissed. And Batman's gonna be like, well, I don't like you being a god, but we're friends now. Remember Martha?
I really like Batman vs. Superman, and the story. I really like Dark Knight Returns, is what I'm saying.
Yes.
And some of the most important things to me about Dark Knight Returns got run over for Batman vs. Superman because it's not the end of the DC universe.
Yeah.
And you could argue that that maybe was a good reason to not do that story at the beginning of the DC universe. But it's also one of the most popular Batman stories that hasn't seen a big screen adaptation. So I get why they made that decision, and I get why they adapted away the things that I like about it, because it wouldn't work. The best part of Dark Knight Returns is Batman whispering to Superman, remember this.
Yeah.
In all your coldest, darkest, most vulnerable moments, remember that I, a mortal man, beat you. And then he dies.
Yeah.
He just fucking keels over like a boss. And that's so legitimate. But you can't tell any stories after that. And you shouldn't tell any stories after that. It's a fucking travesty that Dark Knight Returns again, or Strikes Back, or whatever the fuck that garbage is called existed. That's the end of that story.
Yeah.
You can't ever tell that story unless you are ending that continuity of the DC universe, which is not something that any movie franchise should even be thinking about doing right now.
We're just throwing our lightsabers at each other, by the way.
It would have been cool if you guys traded.
Yeah, that would be cool.
This is for a movie. That's what.
Oh my god. I cannot beat Malik, I think. Oh boy.
Should we take a break and come back to this later?
Oh yeah.
When you're
later,
fresher?
When I'm more fresh.
All right.
Oh boy. Okay.
All right.
Good night, everybody. I'm already here, so I don't even need to say.